Okay, welcome everyone to the Simple Steps for the Whole You podcast. And it's our season 2, first episode in season 2. We cannot believe it. And so we're so excited to be here for season 2. This is our anniversary. We've just
Mhm.
completed 1 year of podcasting together, Lisa and I.
Yeah.
And we've been hinting at a surprise. And the surprise is if you're listening to us right now, you can also watch us. For better or for worse, we are on
Right,
YouTube.
right.
As of today, we should be up and rolling on YouTube. That's kind of something that as we were planning for this next year that God made pretty clear to us, to just be able to reach more people. We were going to have to be comfortable with imperfection and technology and just we're just going to do this in simplicity, friends. We're just going to put it on YouTube and we'll see what happens. So,
Mhm,
a lot of people we know are not comfortable with podcast platforms.
mhm,
And so this opens another way for people to hear us if they don't want to go into a podcast app. Everybody's comfortable with YouTube, I would say.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, stepping out of our comfort zone to do
Yeah.
this, you guys. So when we encourage you with your 2 simple steps at the end of the podcast, just remember that we are fully in it with you, stepping into new territory, doing this YouTube, and we're both encouraging each other to stay out of the lane of perfection
Yeah.
and embracing imperfection and
Yeah.
just going for it. We're just going for it, and
Yeah.
trusting that God is doing what he's going to do with it. So here we go. Season 2. I can hardly believe it.
Yeah. So just know if you are watching YouTube or if you head over there, um, we don't have any paid editors. It's not a paid channel or anything. So it's just going to be us raw up there in our
Mhm,
simplicity. And that's what we're going for because we want to encourage you also
mhm,
to simplicity and go for the things that God has asked you to go for.
mhm. And we're going to keep asking you this, but we would
Mhm.
love for you to subscribe to
Yes.
Simple Steps for the Whole You on YouTube, and we'll tell you why. Why?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, yeah. So we have something exciting to announce. We have a giveaway. I don't think we've done a giveaway. Have we done a giveaway?
No, I
No,
don't
I don't
think
think we
so.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have an exciting giveaway to announce to you all that when you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you will get an entry into the giveaway. And then there's another way that you can be entered into the giveaway is to share a post that we will make very clear on Facebook and on Instagram which one to share, but that will also get you an entry into our giveaway. Would you like to know what you might win in the
And
giveaway?
one winner, right? There's one
One
winner.
winner,
Yes,
which
I
will
would love
be
to know.
okay. Yeah, we'll announce the winner on September 17th, by the
Mhm.
way. But that prize will be a copy of Michelle's journal on identity, one of our Simple Steps stickers, and a signed copy of my book, Grace Filled Habits. So 3
Wow.
little gifts in one for
And
one winner.
personal gifts. They're
Personal gifts.
all about Lisa and Michele.
That's right. That's right. So you'll know us
But we
even
want
better.
yeah, we want to bless you with those.
That's right.
Okay. Well, we'll review that at the end of the episode again. But
Yes.
today, just to really, we want you to help us celebrate. Okay. So we want you to celebrate with us our first year. We're going to review our top episodes.
Mhm.
We're going to talk about our personal favorite episodes. It's okay if I give them this little teaser, right? And we're going to talk about what we have learned in this first year of podcasting, what's been hard, and what have our surprises been. So you're along for that ride. It's going to be fun.
Yep.
Well, our top 5 episodes, the number 1 episode was titled Use Me, Lord. It was a breast cancer awareness story with Michele Tupen of Revelation Wellness. She has an amazing story, and you'll want to go back and listen to that. That's our top episode pretty much by far, wasn't it?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of blew the others away. But she has a lot of friends.
And an amazing story.
And amazing story. So I
Yeah.
think it got shared a lot when
Uh-huh.
it was so encouraging, and
Yeah.
she's doing well. This would be
Mhm.
several months later. She's doing great.
She is. Yeah.
So our second most popular episode, I think that was our first or second one, Lisa?
Our first official, after our
Yeah.
About Me one. Yeah,
Yeah.
our first official episode. Yeah.
Yeah. Our first one was called Water, just water.
That's it. Water.
And it is actually pretty formative for our whole podcast. And we just talked about the importance of water. And that is our second top listened to episode.
Hmm.
And our third one was another interview. It was with LaFaye Tapper. And she talked about the window of tolerance, how to increase your ability to handle change and challenge. That was awesome. And we learned a lot in that episode. I'm sure she's going to be back on with us. I'm
Yeah,
hoping season 2.
for sure.
Number 4 episode, it was woohoo, rebounding, jump for joy. That was so fun because we were all pumped up about rebounding. And so we shared our excitement with you, and it was very well listened to. And many people have since bought a rebounder and are bouncing
Hmm.
with us.
That's right.
And then number 5 was another interview with Tina Rolfs, and it was honoring your voice with your health. Another breast cancer awareness
Hmm.
episode that we did during that month. And Tina, the two breast cancer awareness ones are completely different, like very
Hmm.
different. And Tina's had a lot of great information to uh, what's the word? To prevent. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yes.
That's the breast cancer prevention. She taught us a lot about how to actually just prevent cancer, and it was
Hmm.
very informative.
Hmm.
So that's our top 5.
Hmm. Yeah.
All right, what's your favorite episode, Lisa?
Okay, that was really a hard choice, but when I really started thinking about which one, like, kind of encouraged me deep down was the interview with my dad. So
Mm,
that was during Heart Health Month in February, and he told his story about his heart challenges that he's had for many, many years. And his number one thing that he encouraged all of you to do was walk as much as you can, or as little as you can. But what it was about that for me was not only that it was my dad, but that was so not natural for him to be on. He's never been interviewed, and doesn't speak in front of people or anything, but he said yes. That was huge. And I
yeah,
just love to see people empowered to do something hard. And just like we were sharing at the beginning of this episode, how we're stepping out into this new thing of YouTube. We don't necessarily really know all that much about what we're doing, and it's uncomfortable. And it's like, what are people going to think? There's a little bit of that, to be honest.
yeah,
But we're doing it, and that's what my dad did. I mean, the day of, he was just like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing.
yeah.
And
He
then
was nervous.
he was nervous, and then it was really interesting because it took us 3 takes to get technology to go
Yeah,
right and everything. So at any of those times, he could have said, "Never mind, I'm out,"
totally.
but he didn't. So
Mm,
yeah, that's my favorite.
yes.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm so torn. I have like, I don't know, I kind of like doing all of them, but
Hmm.
I'd say my top 2 is a bit of a tie, if that's fair to do. The one being probably because, well, it's my 2 favorite subjects. The first one on hit the pause button. That was in our Rushing Woman series, and we were talking about the importance of rest
Yeah,
and Sabbath and hitting pause. And that's like one of my favorite subjects to teach on and talk about because
yeah.
it's been so transformational, and I don't use that word lightly, so transformational in my life. The one thing that got me from b- starting to move out of the rushing woman, still not completely there, but
Hmm.
started to move me away from constant rushing. And then the second tie episode would have to be the jump for joy rebounding because I'm just still really, really hooked on it. It's like
Yeah.
so fun and so playful to me,
Hmm.
and doesn't even feel like exercise, but yet I really feel the impact in my body, in my mood, especially. Like if you
Hmm.
get on the trampoline, you start bouncing a little, and I'm not talking
Yeah.
about jumping high. I'm just
Yeah.
talking about a light little bounce
Hmm.
for a few minutes sets me up to be in a way better mood. I
Hmm.
just feel so much lighter, and I I just love it. I'm just hooked.
Mm.
I'm hooked.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
So those
Um,
are my top two.
Back to the Sabbath episode, I remember when we finished, I just looked at you and I was like, "Wow, that was good," because like you just talk so naturally about that subject. So, and it came through. So no wonder it was one of your
Yeah.
favorites because it was
It pretty
awesome.
much flows out at this point. So,
Right. Right.
yes, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, what have we learned in podcasting our first year? Well, there's
Hmm.
been a lot.
I
How about
know.
I'll go first on this one, Lisa.
Okay.
I learned that in the very beginning, and we may have shared this before, Lisa and I are still learning how to communicate.
Hmm.
Um, I'd call us new friends at that time,
Yeah.
and we'd done some walks together, but w- we have different styles, maybe. And so like I'm sometimes not clear. I just verbally process, and then Lisa's left going, oh, what what do you mean, what do you want me to do, what do you not want me to do? So
Yeah.
I had to learn how to communicate with Lisa better. Which is it's natural, right? In any partnership, that's something you have to do. And what I've been enjoying is learning how we can harness each other's strengths, and we kind of set
Mm.
it up a certain way from the beginning, what how we break up our who does what in this podcast venture. And so far, I mean, technology falls to me, and that is not my expertise, but so far God's grace is there, and helps me to learn how to do it. And so far I think the way we set it up in the beginning has surprisingly gone through an entire season. We didn't really have to tweak that a lot. But what I really enjoyed was watching Lisa's like our content writer. So she'll write our notes and our show notes, and like our notes for what we're going to do the episode on, even though we kind of brainstorm together.
Uh-huh.
So she writes most of the like pretty much all the content. And I love watching her operate in her strength. So what I've learned is she is a good writer and a strong communicator. So
Mm.
yeah.
Oh, thank you. Well, I've learned a lot too. And one thing to go back to the technology thing and watching Michelle do that and how grateful I am that she takes that on as coming back to my dad's episode that we did, that was where I first saw, well, that I remember anyway, where I first saw technology fail over and over in front of me, in
Yeah.
front of us. And like Michelle, when she's working on uploading the episodes, she'll say to me, she'll text me sometimes like, pray, I'm having trouble with this, and I'll
Yeah.
pray, but I don't see how she responds. I see that she's asking for prayer. That's awesome, right? But I got to see how calm, cool, and collected she stayed when it just kept failing over and over again. So that was um, good learning for me to just watch that play out. It's not something that she loves, but she does it, and she
That's when
stays.
my computer was going out.
That
Wasn't that the
that's and
reason?
yeah, and the
Yeah.
microphones, and it was like one thing after another. Yeah.
Mhm.
So some other things I've learned is that it's amazing to me still that there are people that just want to hear about our experience, like
Mm.
the experience that we've had with developing habits and things like
Yeah.
that. And I'm so grateful for that, that just there are people that simply want to hear like, well, how do you do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Surprising. Yep.
yeah, I know, right? And then I've learned that God will truly bring the words, because there have been times when we've gone to start, or I've gone to look at, writing the content, and I'm just like, I'm not sure on this one. Where are we going to go with this one? But he'll bring the words.
Yeah. Yep.
And then lastly, one of the main things I've learned is that prayer is absolutely vital. So, for example, this morning, before
Yeah.
podcasting, we've had some pretty big challenges, and weren't sure, honestly, if today was the right day to
Mhm.
podcast. But we prayed, and like 2 seconds in, I knew today is the day, and God is here with us. And yeah, we just must rely on prayer, especially
Yes.
with these new things that we're doing this season. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So what has been hard? Technology.
Yep, we both had that, right? I wrote technology fails.
Well, Yeah,
Yeah.
what happened during this season, my friends, my listeners, is that our Spotify for podcasters completely well, we started with Anchor and it merged into Spotify for podcasters, which then has merged again into mostly we have to be on app called Riverside, which is both tricky and a blessing because that is why we're able to do this platform works really well for YouTube. So that's why we're able now to do YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
is because it's set up for video podcasting more than just audio. It's both. But yeah, so while technology is hard when it changes and you've got to adapt, and I've had to learn a lot and actually still learning. I had few things this morning. We're still learning,
Mm-hmm.
but I like learning, so it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And sometimes new technology, though rough in the beginning, is a real blessing. There's some things we think we'll be able to do with this that
Mm-hmm.
we weren't able to do before, like do some
Yeah.
clips from our little time together on video and put them on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, even though technologies that has failed us multiple times, or we definitely could see the good.
Yeah.
Another thing that's been hard is not basing my value or the value of the work on our numbers. So there's just certain seasons where our listener numbers have been low. um, we feel like we've still put the same amount of work into it and effort and everything, and then there've just been less people listening, or we haven't got some of the personal feedback that sometimes we do get and that really carries us and everything. So not basing the value of our work on
Mm-hmm.
what man says to us or what the number on our Spotify app tells us.
Yeah. So
That can
good.
be hard sometimes, because and then the reverse is true as well, like seeing this great number, like, oh, wow, that's super exciting, and wow, we're awesome, or I'm
Yeah.
awesome. um, so yeah,
Well, I
that
think
can be a
also
challenge.
both of us are we love to connect with people when we speak. We both speak
Hmm.
at different events and we'll love that eye to eye connection where
Hmm.
you get that immediate gratification of
Yeah.
knowing you're connecting with your audience and how they're receiving what you say. And,
Yeah.
it keeps you talking. Well, you don't have that in podcasting. You just
Right.
like, okay, did that even land? Is anyone out there listening? Hello.
Right, right. Yeah, we get done and we're like, "What'd you think?" Well, I thought that was great, Like,
I enjoyed talking to you, Lisa. How about
right,
you?
great conversation.
I mean, I guess it's way better than doing a podcast episode alone. At least we have each other to
Exactly.
to say, "Hey, we did great."
Yes, pat yourself on the back.
Okay, so we expect a lot of emails pouring in now about how great we are. No.
Yeah, that's just a little way of asking for
Yeah.
some more reviews, more feedback.
More reviews, more likes, more shares. Thank you.
Right. Shameless
Yeah.
request. What about surprises, Michelle? What has surprised you, season 1?
I'm just stealing yours
Oh, okay. All right.
because it's the same.
Okay.
That idea that we did not run out of things to talk about. And
Yeah.
I mean, we've already done some planning for season 2. Obviously, we're in it and we're like, whoa, we have a lot more to say. I think season 2 is going to be amazing.
Yes, I actually just got goosebumps. I'm really excited
Yeah.
for season 2.
Yeah.
We're kind of in our flow, and I think
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're right where God wants us.
I think we're also learning more about kind of going back to what we're learning, but it is surprising. We learn more about the things you and I have in common. We
Yeah.
have a lot in common,
Yes.
and we have more in common coming as I'm joining the Revelation Wellness world in a few
Yes.
like
Woo!
this week actually.
That's
As
right.
this recording goes out, I will be starting my health coach, Live Well
Mhm.
health coach training with Revelation Wellness, which
Mhm.
Lisa's already gone through.
Uh-huh.
And so we'll be merging in that world. And I think there's going to be a lot that we'll both be talking about, having both done that training. But we have a lot of things in common and a
Yes.
lot of things we're both passionate about.
Mhm.
And so there is never a shortage of topics. And I think our first year really helped us hone the things that we love to share with you and that we are both passionate about.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Another surprise for me is that as we would talk about different topics and kind of like, um, kind of open up the idea of interviewing people, we know a lot of cool people to interview. Like,
We do.
yeah, just thinking about these topics and going, oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, this person could talk about that. And that was a surprise to me. I didn't know if we would do interviews. That wasn't something like we set out, like we're for sure going to do interviews or we're not going to. But as it's come up, we know some pretty cool people out there to interview. So that's fun.
We knew that we knew cool people and we had cool people on the
That's
first
true.
season. We just didn't know how many cool people we know. We have now named many others that will be on.
That's true. Yeah, we've got our list going for
A plethora
season 2.
of cool people are coming.
That's right. That's right. That's fun.
All right. Well, that's our 1-year anniversary kickoff. Now we're going to do a little bit more on this next week. In our next episode will also be kind of an anniversary thing where we're going to get pretty personal, because a lot of you want to know what day in the life of Michele and Lisa looks like. So stand by for that next week.
That's right.
But Lisa, do you want to review the simple steps? And
sure. Yeah. Yep. Just like we always try to do, we leave you with these 2 simple steps. So first step is to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Simple Steps for the Whole You on YouTube, step 1. And that will get you an entry into the giveaway. And then look for the post on Instagram and or Facebook and share it. You'll know, we'll make it clear that this is the post to share. Share it to your stories, share it just on your page. And that will give you another entry into our giveaway. So step 1, subscribe to YouTube channel. Step 2, share the post with your friends so we can get more subscribers and reach more people. And remember, the giveaway will be announced on September 17th. Yay. So thanks for being here with us, friends.
Yeah, thanks for sharing and liking our Simple Steps for the Whole You, friends. We're looking forward to season 2.
We are so glad you joined us today, and we hope we've inspired you to take that one simple step for the whole you.
And if you've enjoyed this podcast, would you help us spread the word by passing it on to your friends and family, and also leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. You can find us on Instagram, and those links are in the show notes. And as always, consult your healthcare provider before implementing any major exercise or diet changes. We hope to see you next week. Bye.